Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of my Car Mechanic Sim 2021 series. We are on car number 2 of the Aston Martin DLC, and previously we did the DB5, now we're doing the DBS. And from what I've been, looking at here, this is going to probably, hopefully, be the most powerful one of the bunch. Because this one's a V8, the one parked outside, which is the fourth one in the series. I can't remember the name of it exactly. The Vantage, I think, is both. They're both V8s. This is a V12, so hopefully we'll get a fair amount of horsepower out of this. She's not in terrible shape. I mean, it's kind of rough looking. Missing a couple parts here and there, but mostly intact. You see, the part counts or the different conditions in the car are not horrible compared to the previous vehicle. This is in much better shape, so we're just gonna start pulling everything off the body. Okay. And then we're going to do the frame before we do much else. Yeah, don't forget, we're not going to forget that. Okay, the bumper's missing. Okay, that. Yep. Okay, so I got her down to the bare frame, it looks like. Get this over there, put it in bay 1. And yes, please. Just like that. Frame is 100%. Alright, let's see what body parts we can fix up. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, license plate, we're not going to bother. Sort by condition. Anything that's not 100% we're going to order. Go. Actually, let's go ahead and put on the stuff that is 100%, and then we'll add the rest of the missing items. We sold all the stuff we don't have. So what do we have? We have that there. Okay, that's missing. Really? So we have side mirrors in the right. It's the left door. All right. Okay. Left mirror's just gonna have to sit there till we get the the requisite parts for it. Okay, got the trunk. We at least put that in. Yeah. So let's all in the rest of this. Oh, we doubled up on the tail lights. Whoops. We have front left door. Let's just order what we got, and then if we still have anything missing, we'll just come back. Okay, front right window. Right headlight. Tail light. Left door window. Windshield. Body window. Tail light. It was too error prone the way I was doing it. Left fender. Rear bumper. I think I already got the rear window, but I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, yeah, so you're missing. You're missing. That's fine. We'll get the rest. Okay. I did this in a rather haphazard fashion, but it's fine. Not the end of the world. We'll get it eventually. We're learning together. Right, so we have a right headlight. That's left, John. Okay. So now we just order the missing parts. Which apparently is just those two. Like we might have gotten everything else. Right, back over here. Ourselves a left headlight. Brand spanking new, unpainted front bumper. So you do have a front and back license plate. Good. Go ahead and take care of those. I'm going to do a standard plate here. Custom plate. Let's see. Okay, gonna need front and back. Part. Still in assembly mode. Very good. And disco. Alright. Alright, so body and frame are now 100%. Tell you what, let's take care of the interior. Assembly mode. Need you to be here. Apparently we are missing... Doesn't appear to be a back seat. Just gonna get rid of these and just get brand new, because why not? Okay. Steering wheel. That is a rather nice looking steering wheel, if I may say so myself. Okay. Back to it. Symbol. Right on. Alright. Now, we have body, frame, and interior at 100%. So it just leaves the parts, which is everything else. Before we do that, since we're missing stuff anyway, let's get these tires off, because we're missing 2 rims and 2 tires. Come on out. Rusty bolts on a sports car. So sad. Okay, let's double check something here. Oh, you do have different front and back. Lever. Okay, let's actually, let's just get the tires sorted out. And then we'll worry about the missing parts on the suspension so we can put all the tires on, because I want this thing to be rolling on its own when we take it to paint. Not sure what color we're gonna go with yet. Because the first one we went with kind of a silvery gray color. That's basically because it was what I consider the quintessential Bond car. This being number 2 in the list, we could go with either factory color or, you know, we could go elsewhere with it. I think I'm going to go elsewhere with it. To be quite blunt. Alright, so those rims are good to go. We need to get 2 more. We need 2 of those. 2 of those. Subtle but important differences in the sizes. Right? Rims, we get that done first. These are 20s. We need 2 of them. Ding. Okay, we're good on those. So let's head on over to the tire shop. I like how they put both spellings of tires for like the European, or not, excuse me, the UK English and the American English. Clever. Okay, rid of those. So race tire, 295.30. Do those. Verify. 'Cause I always verify. I try to verify this stuff. 295.30 R20. 295.30 R20. Okay. Sounds like the wind's picking up outside. We've been having storms all day. Bear with us. Let's see. What's the other one? Did that one. 245.35. Okay, double check. 245.35 R20. Looks good from here. Alright, let's get them put back together. Okay, get them balanced. Alright. So, these two we know are complete enough for tires. So, this one's missing a few things. 2 rubber bushings, bottom suspension arm, brake disc. I bet you we're gonna need a caliper set, piston and the bracket. Here, then here, do that. Get your rubber bushings first. Suspension arm. Brake disc. And Caliper. Since these are just bog standard parts, they should fit rather nicely. Oh, we need to do this from under the car. Icky little thing. Oh, you're gonna do that to me, are you? Oh, I forgot the brake pads too. Well. Okay. On shock absorber. Rear spring. Okay, got you. Spring cap. Nope. Rear cap. I think that's what I want. Guess we're gonna find out. Yep, I guessed correctly. Hold up, hold up. Back up there, Sparky. We want the 295. See, I almost screwed up there. Almost. Okay. We know this one can go back on, so let's just get that mounted on the car. Right. This one's going to be missing parts, I can already tell. You're missing up bearing, front end link, shock absorber. We're missing just a whole bunch of stuff here. Up bearing, front end link, on shock absorber. We're gonna need front spring and front shock cap. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. One more thing. Wheel hub cap. Oh, need to go back over here anyway to put this together. Come with me. Thank you. Oh, come on, back up. Gotta be careful what you click on, otherwise it just sends you off into Narnia or something. Bearing in there. Cap. I work good on this. Looks good to me. Should be able to roll on her own now. And she go. That's pretty. Okay, let's check the condition. So we went up to 67, so we did some good there. It's off to paint. This thing a nice appropriate paint job. Honestly, I'm not hating that. Or that. Too dark. Too Eminem. The candy, not the singer. Can't exactly make it construction cone yellow, but... Not either. That's actually pretty. I would like a little more contrast with the tail light. Well, we haven't really done a purple car, but... no. Oh, that's almost a K-State purple. We got any liveries for this thing? Oh, God. No. Oh, dear. Oh, shoot. I think we're going to go with this one. I haven't done... This one's, like I said, if you ever, you know, who work the color scheme for Kansas State University for their sports teams and their apparel, this is pretty darn close. May not be exact, but it's in the darn neighborhood. And plus, we haven't done a purple car on this show. I think I'm pretty damn sure on that. Fuck it, why not? Let's make a purple car. Almost makes me want to change. Nah, we'll leave the license plate. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alright, so being that this car is still mostly intact, good chance we still got fluids in the car. We do. And so, since we're going to replace all of this, let's go ahead and get everything drained. That way we don't cause an incident. Nobody wants the car piddling on the floor. That's bad. Alright, where's your, I was going to say, where is your brake cylinder? Okay, the last one's going to have to get done from underneath. A little further underneath than that. Yeah, the oil's not fresh, but at least there's plenty of it in there. Means the engine's most likely in decent shape, judging by the lack of rust. Okay, well, we've got everything down here. Disconnect that. Look at this absolute unit of a drive shaft. We can't even remove it until we get... Oh, she's got her... Oh, yeah, that's right. This thing's like... Huh. Okay. Oh, she's also missing about... okay, we took that off. Right. I guess we're gonna have to... Go ahead and take the back tires off. Okay. Okay. Gotta get the drive shaft connected to the gearbox, which is connected to a really insane other drive shaft. Or excuse me, drive axles to the gearbox. Just all the... That is weird that it's all the way back there. Interesting. I've never seen a configuration like that before. Then again, I'm just some, you know, dumbass redneck from middle of nowhere. Dude, Empire fancy cars. Why don't you... Oh. About to say, why are you not coming off? That's why. Okay, so the exhaust and the drive shaft are disconnected. Which means the engine should now be free and clear. But, skipping one step here. These drive shafts are not a performance part anyway, so the fact that we could fix those up is just a bonus. That is one expensive looking drive shaft. Right. These we're just gonna not even bother, because those are gonna get replaced anyway with performance parts along with the rest of the exhaust. Alright. So we should be able to pop the car back down and take the engine out. Once we get the car in place, we'll just run right over there and do that. Okay, one please, thank you. And without even popping the hood open, air intake hose. Air intake hose. Oh. Rock on. Okay, didn't know those were a part. Doing this live here. Well, sort of. I mean, it won't be live by the time you guys see it, but... Can we fix those? Well, please tell me we can fix those. Nope. Are those even a standard part? I was already there. Wait, is this a performance part? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because, you know, the air intake system, you know, is a reasonable theory to have. Apparently it's not. Okay, I just want to get that to 100% so we don't accidentally sell it. Can we take it now? We can. Alright, let's get to it. This one's going to be fun. Like I said, this is the only V12 of the bunch, apparently. Right. 6-liter V12. My truck has almost the same displacement. It's a V8. It doesn't have near as much horsepower. I didn't even look to see what the stock horsepower is on this thing. 510. Okay. Okay. Still beats the hell out of my, I think 360, 380 or something out of my truck. Anyway, so same basic thing we do every episode here. We're going to strip this thing down where it's just the engine block and the crankshaft, because how we've been doing it. We're going to then build the engine back up from the inside out, piece by piece. Try to put as many of the performance parts as we can into it the whole way, and then plop it back in the car. We take care of the rest of the engine compartment, fuel system, the exhaust, and by that point, all we've got left is the front and rear suspension. So, alright, let's take her apart. Oh, gotta get the fuel rail, the other fuel rail. Are those were crisscrossing, weren't they? Oh, hot damn. Okay. Yeah, throttle needs to come off. Same thing on the other side, I imagine. Yep. Okay, got one rusty bolt here, but the rest look fine. Let's get eat all these ignition coils. Oh, I'm just like, what the heck? Okay, okay. Get out of there. Thank you. Amount of man hours, excuse me, person hours, I guess is the proper term, that went into designing these engines must be absolutely insane. Of course, then again, I used to also say the same thing about the storage equipment that I used to test for a living. As intricate as it was, and as, you know, stable as it was, a lot of work went into that stability and that precision. Imagine the same can be said for each one of these engines for these cars. We're going to have to take that cover off first. Let's go ahead and do this other side. Sheer amount of effort that went into just making all this work and making it work well. Because all these car companies, I mean, Aston Martin's no different. They have a name and reputation to uphold. They only hire the best of the best to do this kind of work in real life. Nope. Select it first, then spray. I always get ahead of myself and try to preemptively spray the bolts before I select the part. And it's like, you can't do that. It'd be nice if you could, but... That would actually be kind of boss if you could do that before selecting the part. But I imagine that would probably potentially introduce its own issues if you could preemptively nuke rusty bolts on parts you haven't selected. I don't know. Alright, who needs to come off first? Probably you. Okay. And off comes the belt. We're gonna might as well just go ahead and get all these rollers off. One simple belt running this whole thing. That's beautiful. Not in a sarcastic sense, in a literal sense. You don't have like a, you know, 2, 3 belts going every which way. Just one belt to rule them all. Finding a surprising number of rusty bolts. Okay, yeah. These covers can come off now. Yay! I would love to tour the factory of one of these places. Gotta be, like, absolutely awesome. But then again, I'd also be equally you know, awestruck if I went to like, Tesla or SpaceX and watched and got to see their assembly line. Even though I'm a software QA person at heart, I'm still a gadget person, and that includes large gadgets, cars and rockets and stuff. Fascinated by the stuff. I mean, even though I'm not a mechanic, I'm still fascinated by the amount of work that goes into these pieces of technology. Up, up, up. How did we not do the oil filter? Okay. You're coming off. You're coming off. I don't imagine we're going to have too much trouble repairing the crankshaft and the engine block at this rate, because neither one of them looks terribly rusty and good. Googly moogly, this has a lot of bolts in it. Holy shit. Okay. Right. I think we're to the point where we can flip this engine on its side and do the oil pan. All the internals. Ooh, look at that. We'll work our way from one end to the other here. I guess in a way that this game's kind of reignited my, interest in cars a little bit. And I like the fact that this game, even though it's not 100% one-to-one, like real-life mechanic simulator, it does provide enough detail that you can kind of at least identify the major parts. And at least, when you go to look at the real thing, or like if you end up, becoming a mechanic later in life, you can go, hey, wait a minute, this looks just like in that game I'm working on, or I was playing in rather. And you can recognize the parts and not be completely, lost. Obviously, there's other things you got to fiddle with, and in real life that you wouldn't with, cars in the video game, but it kind of does some of the basics at least. Like, you're not going to get ASC certified playing this. That's for damn sure. But for those who had kind of an interest in being a mechanic, this could probably, inspire them. I didn't realize that fuel filter could just, hover in the ether like that. Okay. So, we're going to fix up just this one. And this one. Yep. Okay. So, that's our starting point. We're going to take all of this and make it go away. Just like that. %, crankshaft and engine block, and we're going to do our first round of ordering. Our flywheel. $12 pistons with Conrod. 5 bearing caps, alternator, fuel filter, bearing pump, and the fuel filter. Sorry, brain got stuck there for a sec. Right. That. Okay, that's not a performance part. I was just blindly clicking on stuff. You can tell it's late at night. And I'm tired. Which means the name fits. Alright. Let's go over here, get the rest of the parts, and we're going to get a few more before we call this round. Okay. Need rings. Okay. I'm going to go with the bog standard because that's usually what these end up taking. If they take something special, we can always come back. Buy them again. I have a feeling we're going to be okay. Yep. No blinky cursor. Let's see. Rod cap. Okay, got everything else. And do one first. Fuel filter on. Got our alternator. Give us plenty of juice to get everything going. Okay. Trying to click on the right thing to get me back over here. And got our bright pink oil filter. That was good. I'll just go ahead and get these bearing caps put in first. I mean, it doesn't really matter which order I do them in. As long as it all gets put in roughly the correct order, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Like I said, when in doubt, just go with the stock piston rings. If you're not sure which ones to use, because there's generally only a few of those available, and very rarely you'll ever see them use the others unless it's like a special situation with the car. But generally they use the same piston rings in most, not all, but most of the engines. Okay. Oh. Getting sloppy with my clicking. Cool. Everybody? Looks like it. Alright, got our oil pan, clutch plate, engine head A, engine head B. We got anything up front here? Negative. Alright, let's go. Okay, engine head B, head A. Gonna get a nice little 14% increase from that pair. Clutch plate, yes please. And an oil pan. That's the standard part. That thing's huge. You placed. Put this on, then we can write the engine. Imagine how many quarts of oil this thing takes in real life. Be a lot. I mean, the 6 liters, so. Like I said, that's a lot of bolts for those heads, but given the kind of stresses that you have on the engine, I imagine that's probably necessary. Try to spread out the load or something along those lines. We'll get the spark plugs here in a second. I want to get these first. So okay, so we got exhaust manifold, 2 B's, 2 C's, 2 camshaft A's, 2 camshaft B's, 12 spark plugs. We did not get the pressure plate. There it goes. Alright. Back over to the tune-up shop. Do these. Move these. Click. There you go. Camshaft A, we need 2. Camshaft B, we need 2 of those as well. And 12 spark plugs. Clutch pressure plate. Before we get any further, let me put the pressure plate on. Perfect. Okay, get both camshafts on this side done. Or at least get them installed. We still have the caps to put on. We'll do those in the next round. Coming together nicely. Come on. Nope, nope, nope. Back up. Okay. Let's get next round of parts ordered. We need 1, 2, 5, so 20. Of those. 4 cam gears. Anything else? Healer? No? Okay. Camshaft caps are standard parts. Cam gears are standard parts. These are all standard parts. Okay. We need 1 clutch release bearing. 20 camshaft caps. 5 for each camshaft, basically. And 4 cam gears. Get the cam gears on first. And get the clutch stuff finished. Boom. Alright. Now we begin the slow, inexorable march back and forth. All the camshaft caps back in. This thing's gonna have a really nice sound to it when we get it all put back together. I have a feeling we're gonna have fun on the speed track with this thing. Called a hunch. There was a comment put on one of the, I think it was either the previous, I think it was the previous episode. Somebody gave me an interesting idea for a drag race build. Might actually try that sometime in the future. I don't know if I'll make it an episode or not, but I might. Yeah, who knows? No promises. Sorry. But yeah, it did give me an inspiration for something to try. I don't know if I have the exact car they mentioned, but I think, you know, might be able to find it through RNG. I mean, that could be something we do, like maybe, I don't know, maybe towards the end of the series or something. We could try to maybe solicit ideas from the collective hive mind here on maybe what kind of interesting builds to do. We could do like ridiculous builds, maybe, just talking theoretical here. Maybe do drag race stuff there towards the end of the series. Maybe. Because by then, we'd already gotten through all the DLC content that I wanted to get through and a bunch of filler cars I wanted to work on. And who knows, maybe we could do some one-off episodes just to kind of screw around with the drag race stuff. Because I have the DLC. I just haven't fussed with it yet. Okay. So let's order parts. So 2 timing chains. Boink. But yeah, dude, like, y'all are doing just... Oh. You kidding? I hecked up, didn't I? Yes, I did. We don't need that timing chain. And here I was thinking... Oh, come on. We don't want the engine block. We want that. That's what we want. We're gonna need 4 of these anyway, because I know there's 2 on each side. And give me a timing chain, please. The correct one, apparently. I thought it was 2 type Bs, but nope. The shoes I got right, but not the timing chain. Yep, get in there. Okay, what do we got? Okay, that's it? Okay. Okay. Ow. Scraped my foot against my computer case. Ow. Anyway. I sincerely doubt any of these are performance parts, so I think we're okay buying these from here. Hurts. Making the front all nice and pretty. Oh man, we got a whole bunch of parts lit up here. Alright. Roller, another roller, water pump, pulley, and one big honkin' thermostat. Need ignition coils. That's it for this round. I think the only performance part here is the ignition coils. Yeah, the rest of this is all standard issue parts. Roller A, roller B, Asa pump, crankshaft pulley, and thermostat. Okay, got all that on. Thermostat. Right where it should be. Water pump pulley for the next round. I'll just go ahead and put all... Get in there. There you go. Sometimes you gotta coax them in there. Or, you know, not be so jittery with the mouse. Wait, are we gonna have to take the fucking intake manifold off the... Oh, I don't know. No, you might still be able to get to it. Okay, good. Worried there for a second. Those are going to be... Those aren't performance parts. I'd be very flippin' surprised. Ooh, would you look at that chromed up piece of art there. Okay. Art. Oh, up too far. Too far. All right. Okay, so we got that. Throttles. And crisscrossing fuel rails. That's the first time I've seen that as an interesting design choice. I mean, given the geometries of everything, that's probably out of necessity. Rock on. Okay. Performance parts. Need fuel rail B. A. Almost bought two fuel rails of the wrong type. Two throttles. Serpentine belt is a standard part. Okay. Now we're going to need tensioner. I think we were just looking at a generic one earlier. Fuel rail number 1, fuel rail number 2. Okay. And with an engine cover, which should complete the rebuild. Alrighty. I think that's everybody. Seeing any grayed out parts. Clutch stuff's all there. I think we're golden. One freshly rebuilt V12. Gonna have a nice little bounce in her step with this thing. Alright. Get her back in the car, shall we? Everything's looking green. No question marks. No missing parts. And where to you? That's pretty. Alright. Now the fun part. Strip all this. I said we're gonna strip all these parts off. Back out, Sparky. Come on. Come on. There you go. Pull all this out. Let's say we nope, nope. Forgot these guys. Oakley dokley. So, get everything out of the engine compartment. Let's see what all we can fix up. Oh, hey, we can fix the clips. Okay. Okay. One less thing to have to buy. Remember what I said at the beginning? It was just going to be just a breathe on it and put it all back together operation? Might be more correct than I originally stated. Just saying. Well, that looked like quite a few parts. Well, dude, all the clips got fixed. Nice. Very nice. Cool. Alright. Electronic stuff, I'm not surprised didn't get fixed. Okay. First things first, we're going to go for pretty much anything electronic. So relay type C, we need 4. Relay type B, we need 2. Fuse type A, we need 3. Okay. Fuse type C, we need 1. Relay type A, we need 2. ECU type A. Okay. Here. Fuse type B, 3. Okay, I think covers, base, filter, windshield washer. Okay, so the rest of that's all. We know the filters are performance parts, so we'll get those here. The rest of this is just standard issue parts. So let's go back over here. How I'm able to keep that straight is a miracle. Okay. Filter cover type A. Boom. Our steering reservoir, thank you. Washer reservoir. And coolant reservoir. You know what I didn't see? The battery. Oh, there it is. It's in the trunk. Seems like an odd choice, but okay, sure. Rock on. That. Guess I'll put these back on too. Dueling banjos here, except filters. Dealing with these little clips. Always have a fun time getting us off of the filter boxes in my vehicles. The blue brake servo put in. Get over there. Come on, focus, John. So always check your parts. Make sure you're putting everything in. ECU. Anything else? Nope. Do need to put all the fluids in. We do this without taking the fucking manifold off. We can. Yay. We were doing this with the Pagani cars. We had to take the... On one of the cars, we ended up having to take the intercooler off to be able to put oil in the damn thing. I thought it was kind of an odd thing. You would think, I mean, even with, you know, a multi-million-dollar sports car, you'd want the thing to be, you know, easily serviceable. Just you know, spitballing here. deliberately overfill this one just ever so slightly. Okay, I think that's everything here in the engine compartment. Now we'll probably end up having to redo the rear suspension before we put all the gearbox, drive shaft, all that stuff back in. So let's just take care of the exhaust system before we do anything else. Okay. Assemble mode. EDU. Both middle mufflers. And both front exhaust sections. I mean, I suppose we could put this part in since the... Yeah. Worry about that here in a second. Muffler. 2 middle mufflers. Exhaust section A. Exhaust section B. Obviously, we're not going to put the gearbox back in until we get the rear suspension put back together. Yeah, well, hang on. Actually, we could. On second thought. So everything attaches to that. We just can't put the drive shafts in until we do the rest of the rear suspension. So, yeah, that's fine. That gets us down to just the drive axles. Oh, wait. We do need to put the starter back on. I knew I was forgetting something. Get the frick over there. This is why you do like an end-to-end check on there. You're like, okay, what am I missing? What can I put in? Because chances are you're gonna miss something. Okay. So we need to do the fuel system. Before I forget again. Pull that stuff out and mark it. Sell it because we're going to put all new stuff in. Starting with a high performance fuel pump. Trying to say that with a straight face. Right. Didn't really need to put it on the shopping list, but I did anyway. Got any surprises back here? Doesn't look like it. No. Scraped my hand against the bottom of my desk there when I was moving around. Okay, so where are we at here? 89% part condition, which, you know, a hell of a lot better than where we started. Now we're going to take all of this apart. Though we know a good portion of this is already 100%. That bearings need to come out. Oh, come on. Right, because that needs to come off first. Thankfully, the rear suspension on this car is pretty easy. Just like that. It's gone. Right, so we do need to get one of these torn apart. All right. Ow, ow, ow. Could be worse. So, anything that's basically junk. Excuse me. Tickle in the back of my throat. And let's go back over here. One rear shock cap. 6 rubber bushings. One brake pad, because we put another brake pad on the other side. New bearings. Brake disc. On suspension. And a rear spring. I'm going to throw this side together and we'll go over and do the other side real quick. Okay, correct tire. Okay, that side's put together. Let's do this one. Okay, got the drive shaft in, putting the brakes on. Should be able to get the tire on here pretty quick. Okay, inventory is empty. Everything looks good. Nice and shiny like it should be. Alright, now we get to do this to the front suspension. all comes apart quite handily. Okay. I get these rubber bushings off the cross member. It's good to do that when you can think about it. Oh no. Don't want to do that, especially when it's chocked full of oil. Clicked on the wrong thing and almost took the oil pan off. That would have been bad. You're coming off whether you want to or not. Back up. Alright, that's everybody. Let's go check some stuff here before we... That one we built from scratch. That's 100%. The other one... not such a good shape. Alright, let's go fix some stuff. Okay. Okay, I think that left us in a pretty good position. Maybe. Right. Got ahead of myself there. You can tell it's late. It's like midnight my time right now, trying to do these kind of videos here. Now we get to go buy stuff. Then we can put it back together. Okay, we need 12 rubber bushings. Two vented brake discs. A couple of brake pads. Sub bearing. Way bar. Front spring. End link because we replaced the other one. Apparently. Two inner tie rods. Two outer tie rods. Hubcap. And wishbone shock absorber. Okay, now we can put the bastard back together. There we go. Like I said, I try to get too far ahead for my own good. Alright. Cross member in first. Where we get the rubber bushings in on all sides. Okay, sway bar, steering rack. These inner tie rods put in. Just work one side then the other. Trying to click on things when you're tired, it's like you don't click where you think you're clicking, and sometimes you end up clicking on the wrong thing. Work our way over to the other side. Looking good. Other suspension arm in. Check inventory. Inventory's empty. Let's check the parts condition, and we are at 100% on everything. Hell yeah. Good job, everybody. Alrighty. Now the fun part. Let's get you over to the alignment rack. Well, we're almost to the fun part. Okay, headlights are lined up. Okay, wheels are aligned. Get her out front. Actually, no. Do the dyno first, and then we'll do the pictures. Okay, so 510 horsepower, 420 giggity, pound-feet of torque. That's factory. Let's see where she ends up. Listen to that engine. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. 1,009 horsepower for a gain of 500. A 98% increase. Damn. 831 pound-feet of torque for a gain of 411. A 98% increase for that too. It did pretty dang good on that one. So let's get this beastie outside, and we'll get some beauty pictures for the publicity here. Okay, that front picture is going to be the thumbnail, just like always. One last thing we want to do before we finish up, we want to do the speed track. Right on. See how squirrely this thing gets. Not a bad start. 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90, and a solid 200, and 210, 210, 213, roughly 213. Not too shabby. Alright. Let's wrap up. Look at the numbers and all that jazz. Come on. Alright, so 100% on everything. We started with a buy price of 62.2, and you can see the condition bonus and the various values for the part, or for the performance, parts, and body values, how they factor in. So we total sell price 174.8, almost 174.9, and a profit of 112.5 roughly. Not bad, everybody. Not bad. And sold. And we're finally starting to make some money now. Hot damn. Alright, let's move some cars around here for next time. So, the next episode is going to be the DBX. Move it over to position 1. Or excuse me, bay 1. And this is the Vantage. That's going to go in bay 2. Gonna be the next one we do, and yes, I'm not gonna keep that color. I'm gonna change colors with this damn thing. And also, what the frick is up with these door handles? Just saying. So we got our filler episode vehicle, which is basically the Salem Earthquake, which is the Ford F-150 clone. I forgot this thing was in the game until recently, so ever since I figured that out, I wanted to do it. Because we did the 350, and that was like, still is the most popular video in this series so far. Like, by a wide margin. So, we get him moved over. And that'll be, like I said, DBX, Vantage, and then the filler episode, which in this case we're doing a non-DLC vehicle. It's in reasonable shape, but it could still be improved. And then we're going to pull something out of parking. We're going to go right into the Porsche DLC. And we're going to do apparently the 911 Turbo S. Move to garage. I'll probably clean this off camera. We can probably just go ahead and do that now. Well, nah, I'll do it off camera. Probably for the best. Okay. Position 3, because that's where I put the one that's furthest out. Yeah, I can't wait to get to this DLC. It's going to be fun little cars to put together. Might be able to create a good, you know, racing car out of one of these. Who knows? So, with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Those of you stuck with it this far. And you see what we got lined up. Got some good content. We're going to be finishing these next few episodes. We're going to be finishing the last two cars in the Aston Martin DLC, which so far this has been actually a pretty fun DLC to play through. And with that, I'll turn you guys loose. You guys go have fun. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And I will see everybody in the next video. Take care.